Good morning. It's 9 a.m. according to the clock on this wall. I want to thank everybody for coming out for this first meeting in April, April Fool's Day. Hopefully we won't have any jokes today.
Amen.
Ms. Brooks, we got you down for the prayer, if you would, please. Everybody should have your mics on.
Will everyone please bow their head? Our Father, our sweet Lord, thank you for another day. Thank you for waking all of us up this morning in our right mind. Thank you, Lord, for giving us the ability to try to move Washington County forward. Today we have a meeting to address the concerns of all the citizens in our sweet county. Lord, I ask you to give us the mindset, the steadfast, and the readiness to move Washington County forward. And continue to plead your blood over all the leaders, not only in Washington County, but in Mississippi and in this world. We have so many disparities going on, but we ask for your guidance, your leadership to help us identify these problems. Lord, I thank you for just being a blessing to us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. And the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, the one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Washington County Board of Supervisors, United Session with the Honorable Board President Carl McGee presiding.
Okay, on the agenda, any additions or deletions to the agenda?
Yes, I'd like to add Woodman to the agenda.
Say that again.
Woodman.
Wood.
The possible location for the future animal shelter.
All right, Woodman. I'm just
Woodman.
Animal shelter. Woodman. W-O-D.
Or is it Woodland or Woodman, whatever it's called?
Okay. Anyone else for an addition? If not, I need a motion to approve.
Point
accept.
information, I forgot. Where are we, I just spoke with the county administrator. She said we took no action to advertise for the road manager.
No, what the board decided they wanted to do was go back, review, and make adjustments to the job description.
Well-
You asked for that opportunity.
Well, I'd like to
you-
add that to the agenda as well, so we can move it forward.
Okay, but does everyone have things that you would like to make amendments to on the job? Who has the job description?
There was never one for road manager, there was always one for the assistant. We had one for the assistant, which would still be the same as the road manager.
Okay,
Can we get
Can
a
we-
copy of that?
thank you, Ms. Brooks. But make sure that everybody gets a copy of that today.
Okay.
And therefore, you can review it, make adjustments to it, and make recommendations for changes. That cover it? All right, if there's nothing else, I need a motion and a second to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
And a second. If there are no other questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And the minutes. Any additions, deletions, corrections? Motions?
So moved to approve.
Second? Need a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Questions, comments? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Mr. Burford.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I have the E911 expenditures for the month of March. Those expenditures total $7,990.47.
Motion? Motion?
So moved.
And
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Questions? If there are no questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
All right, I have up for renewal are our AT&T 911 phone circuits. This is a 3-year contract that we've done in the past.
Okay?
So basically, currently, what we've been paying is $11,921.36 a month. New technology with AT&T and other things. The new contracted amount is $4,179.78 a month.
Real good.
All right, I need questions from the board. Are there any other options, David?
No, sir.
So we've been paying how much a month?
Almost 12,000.
And what is it gonna be now?
4,000.
Need a motion?
So moved to accept.
All right, I got a motion
Second.
and a second. Question?
Is AT&T the only service that provides these services?
Yes.
Anyone else? All right, I got a motion and a second. No other questions? All in favor? Show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That's unanimous. Ms. Owens, anything else, David?
Yes, sir. I have a travel request for myself to attend the Partners in Preparedness Training Conference this year in Biloxi, April the 30th through May the 3rd. Estimated cost, $800.
All right, need a motion
So moved.
and a second. Questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I'm also requesting authorization to pay our State Emergency Management Association dues for myself and James Stewart at $40 each, totaling $80 for 2024.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
And a second. Questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Let's see, where are we here? Okay, it's time to update our regional hazard mitigation plan. Basically the same program we've been running the last few years. We do it as a district and split the cost. I think last year we paid $1,200 to work with the contractors to get this done. So I am requesting that we participate in the 2025-26 update of the District 3 Regional Hazard Mitigation Plan.
Okay, so
I have
you
a
said.
question.
Go ahead.
District 3, what other counties are in District 3?
Washington, Bolivar, Humphreys, Sunflower, LaFleur, Carroll, it goes Montgomery, Atala, jumps a couple of counties across the interstate, but it's 9 counties.
And one other question, like with this regional hazard plan, what exactly does it address?
It addresses the hazards that we face, our vulnerability to those hazards. We address the gaps in the two and come up with plans to address that. It's just an overall umbrella of, trying to manage and mitigate the hazards that affect the counties in that
Right.
district.
Can you give me an example of one hazard so I know what you're talking about?
Severe weather,
Okay,
tornadoes.
thank you.
Anyone
Yes,
else?
ma'am.
Is there still, David, is there still a team, a district team? You know, there used to be they kept some equipment over in LaFleur County for any type hazard material. Is that still going on, that there's still a team that responds to anything in those situations?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that is a regional response team through Homeland Security
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's most of the equipment kept?
in Greenwood.
Yeah, I thought, it's the same facility right
Yeah.
there? Okay. Yeah.
Any other questions? You need a motion to approve
So moved.
and a second. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That's unanimous, Ms. Owens. Anything else,
Okay.
David?
And to go along with that, I'm requesting the board designate me as the representative for Washington County for the Hazard Mitigation Plan Update Program. So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. If no other questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now that goes along with the form that requires a signature for approval. Anything else, David?
Correct. Would y'all please sign these before you leave so I can get them back to people that are wanting them.
Give two and send it back.
All right, that's all I have today, ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you, David.
Thank you, sir. Mr.
Thank
Anderson?
y'all.
How you doing this morning, sir?
It's the same thing.
We got two copies.
Oh, okay.
Gonna be 2 copies. sorry, Ms.
Good
Anderson.
morning.
Good morning.
You can see in the report the update on 34 bridges. Also, we're working on the SAP paving project. That's Old Highway paving, Old Highway 61, Stoneville Road, Royston Road, and Old Leland Road. Right now, they've completed all the roads except for Old Highway 61. They're working from Sanford Road in Hollandale to Arcola to 438. I do need the contractor. He's going to start striping and
I don't think that'd be legal, Tommy.
with the
You
paving
better
mark.
make a mark.
So I need approval of this subcontractor form.
So moved.
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. What's, go ahead, Ms. Anderson.
All right. And that's it. Also, Kessler Style, we're in scheduling testing for the tile and carpet tomorrow. We're gonna meet up there tomorrow to start their project, and that's it.
Any questions, Mr. Anderson?
I do.
Come on, Lee.
Have you talked to the guy at New South Marine on that roof? When it was raining the other day, I
Tim.
got a call, Tim, yeah.
No, I haven't talked
And
to
he
him
said
lately.
it was leaking bad in his office.
In his office hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you
We'll-
give-
Yeah, I'll give him a call.
Today, please, yeah, like I said, because it was raining the other day, wasn't a whole lot to do, but but yeah, if you would, give him a call.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Ms. Anderson, talk to us about the convention center roof.
Right now, they're doing a temporary repair. They're working with the buildings and grounds to do a temporary repair for the recent storm. And he expedited getting his materials. So he's scheduled to work either later this week or next week. That's what he told us.
To start the repairs or start the replacement?
The repairs first, and then he want to. At first, he said about 3-4 weeks, but he gonna try to expedite his crew. Since his crew gonna be here doing the repairs, he gonna do the main part of it now.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Johnson, road manager.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
I have a couple of things. Here recently, we did a reverse auction on a bulldozer. I mean, not a bulldozer, a paving machine. Well, they come in, and once we did the auction and everything, they underbidded themselves, so they revoked their bid. So, I had in the budget to buy 4 pickups, but I was gonna cut back and just buy 2 pickups, so we could justify the money to get the new paver once it goes back to reverse auction. So, I just wanna let y'all know that.
Lee.
And we're just waiting to hear back on the reverse. We'll see where we fall. Okay.
I have a question on that reverse auction. How many bidders bid it on it?
It was 2.
Two, and the price difference was a big difference?
No, they were close.
I mean, it was close in both of them?
Well, it wasn't that close. No, it's right. It's right. It was one. It was one.
And what we
One of them
did
didn't
now?
make it. That's right.
It was a paper machine.
How is that we only had one bidder?
Well, Loud Machinery didn't get theirs in that time. So
You're talking about the previous bid, not the one we're working on now.
Which I've already approved,
Yeah.
but then they came back.
Right.
Yeah.
And we had, yeah.
I would reach back out to whoever administer your bid. You should have more than one bidder bidding on a paving machine. That's not normal.
They were the only one who had paper.
at the time they were. Because Loud Machinery first put it in, they were gonna do it, but they didn't have one even.
So,
covered.
and y'all put in the specs, it had to be on the ground?
No, but it just,
They didn't have it, so
They-
they couldn't bid on it because they don't have it to bid.
No, I'm just saying, that mean you saying it had to be on the ground?
Must provide delivery time.
All right, so y'all put a time frame on it?
Must provide delivery. We didn't put has to be on hand.
I mean, all of them would provide delivery, let's be clear about that, but apparently you must have to put a time frame on it. That's not normal to only have one paving machine, because I know of 3 companies that do paving machines. So I think you may want to reach back out to your administrator of that bid.
you know, central business sends the notifications out. So we
I
don't know who
understand, I'm
got
just
it.
putting it out there to you, because that's not normal. To only have one bid on something that we have like three or four different companies that do that. Just if, I'm
All
not
right.
saying I know you don't do it, I'm just saying this to the county administrator.
We good?
Well, let's go back because once I get the specifications from the road department, then the reverse auction is generated based off those specs. So what I do as a courtesy is get that to the road department and tell them, make sure that y'all vendors so that everybody can participate.
I got a question. Do you know who all the vendors are?
I sent it out to Loud Machinery in Thompson. That
I mean,
was
that's all, okay. Y'all may wanna do a little bit more research,
And
but,
also, Central Building is supposed to,
right, I
send out
agree.
all-
That's why I said I will follow back with the administrator who's doing the reverse auction to ensure that you have a nice perspective of bidders that's participating in this process, because if you don't, you'll just have one bidder with one price and they just sell it whatever they wanna sell it to. And we don't know if that's a competitive price to raise it up or not.
we can do that. And also, I was gonna try to get it board approved to go back on 10 hours. Monday through Thursday time.
For the summer months?
Yeah, we'll start Wednesday.
Yeah. Does that seem to work through the summer better?
It does help us a lot.
Think y'all get more done like that?
Having to pick up the equipment and come all the way back to the shop and go back out, and we can stay there another hour longer, we can finish the job instead of having to go back out there and get set up again. So
I move we go back to 10 hours, starting Wednesday, you said.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I have a question.
Come on.
Mr. Johnson, I know you say you had.
Can't hear you.
I know you say you had the pickups in your budget, correct? Were you actually to purchase those pickups?
Not today. I was gonna make sure that, y'all did, we talked about it first, and on the next meeting, I had a quote for the 2 trucks.
I think what he was looking at too is just, this paver's gonna come in higher and trying to just find the money, and, instead of us coming up with more money on it. So it's in the future, whenever we
also-
see what the price is gonna be.
That's right.
All right.
And also, the dozer auction, they just finished. The dozer come in cheaper than we budgeted, so there's a little money
Okay,
there.
good deal.
They drop into.
How many bidders y'all had in there?
We had 3 on that.
That's what I'm talking about. Those, got to help.
All right. Any other questions, Mr. Johnson?
That's all I had.
Hey, man, we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll get a minute for the board to have an opportunity to kind of talk with Mr. Johnson while he's going to do this interim road manager position. And if the board would like, we'll schedule that at the next board meeting. You all want to do that after this meeting in executive session or what? Just opportunity to talk with him and discuss expectations. You can wait till another meeting. You have to do it today.
At this point, he is interim, am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to be clear as to what expectations are during this interim
Yeah.
term.
I think you
Johnson?
realize just keep moving on till we
Yeah,
make
like
a
you've
direct.
been
or-
doing.
Just keep
yeah,
going.
Just
yeah,
keep
Yeah.
doing what you've been doing.
Yeah. Any improvements you see, you all have a conversation about it.
yeah.
Let's make it happen.
All right.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
If there's something I missed, some of y'all may have talked to Perry about, he didn't get a chance to tell me, y'all.
Oh,
If
well,
y'all see it hadn't done, call me, till I make
All right.
no.
I do have a concern. On Old Eden Road, we had some rails that was down by that, by the cemetery.
Yes.
And I know he said he dialed the 411 or someone.
We did 811. I did it 2 weeks ago, and we just got the material Thursday. We had some H beam cut for the poles, because we didn't want to put the big pilings in the ground right there in the curb.
Okay,
So we have the material, so depending on the weather, we'll be there by Wednesday.
thank you so much.
Yes.
Outstanding.
My bridge department's gonna do that for me.
Thank you.
appreciate you, Mark.
Thank you.
Ms. Redmond, Planning Department. Everybody has a copy of Ms. Redmond's report.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Ms.
Good
Redmond.
morning.
We've got your report. Anything in particular you want to highlight, share with us?
No, we just need the approval from the Board of Supervisors.
Minutes.
For the minutes.
Everybody, you see a copy, you got a copy of the Planning Commission's
So
minutes?
moved.
I got a motion,
Approved minutes.
and I need a second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Redmond, we appreciate you. Come on.
Okay. The report for March, the monthly report, the billing permits issued was 23, and to date is 90. And also, the money collected, let's see, for March is $4,973, and for year-to-date is $14,751.50.
Outstanding. Any questions?
Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Redmond?
That's it.
Hey, we appreciate you.
Thank
now.
you.
No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Ms. Brooks. Everybody got a copy of Ms. Brooks' Justice Court report?
Yep.
All right.
I
have nothing new to share, just,
Have nothing new to share.
no, sir. All is
Everybody look at the
well
report
Justice
real
Court.
close. You all have no questions for her. Ms. Brooks, we
Yeah.
appreciate you.
All right, have a great one.
Thank you. All right, you got Ms. Moore's report, Shirley? All right, we have a copy of it now, but you can cover it. Mr. Gales? Morning, sir. Everybody got a copy of Mr. Gales' report?
Yes.
Mr. Gales, anything in particular you want to share with us on your report?
We just had, on the last Wednesday, outreach program out at the Seabar Clinic out there. People came in from Jackson and did a little, outreach on toxic and did a couple of claims. We stayed out there from about, 9 to about 3,
Great.
trying to help some of the veterans that came out.
All right, any questions, Mr. Gales? Mr. Gales, anything you need from us?
Oh, no, not right now.
We appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Smith? Hey, good morning.
I just got, we finishing up on the last of the major projects that we had going on. The last two would be the roof at the convention center and the air conditioning. So he told me the part was in, and they were scheduled to be back down here Friday to start installation.
Whisker.
All right, so when you gonna test run the AC? That's the AC unit, right?
That's the AC unit at the convention center.
Right.
Next week?
Next week sometime, hopefully.
Well, make sure, you give the board
I'll
members
give
a call.
when they get ready to come.
Get it up and running.
Also, we got, I know y'all seen the basketball court that made it in, and they completing the curtains up now. As the guy was out there when I was headed up there, so they completing the curtains.
Okay. With the basketball court being in board, and what we like to do is, with board's permission, is to look at a window or opportunity to put the floor down, set everything up, goals and all, and invite athletic directors from the different school districts, the local colleges and junior colleges and universities to actually come out and see, what we have, and probably put on a luncheon or something just to introduce the new basketball court to these, I want to say, not just the schools and the colleges, but also, I guess, every community has, what is it that they have, Jerry, the Valley State Alumni Association? Alcorn State Alumni Association, Delta State Alumni Association, have the Alumni Association look at it as well. That's with board permission. And thinking about maybe with board approval later on coming back, we may call it ribeyes and sneakers or something, just to feed them, bring them in, bounce a few balls and show them, what we have in Washington County.
Mr.
With
President,
board,
I think
yeah.
that'd be a wonderful idea, but also I think we need to also just kind of organize it with our sportsplex as well.
Well, Sportsplex, I hear you. Okay. And we'll, go ahead, Lee.
Did they give y'all a little class of setting everything up? Have y'all done that?
Yeah, yes, sir. When
Okay.
they came out, we put it down that day. And
Okay.
then he showed how to
Pretty
take it down
simple.
and everything. Yes, sir.
What's the time frame
Take
setting it
about
up?
3.5, 4 hours.
To
put
set it
down.
up?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And they take about 10 people.
Wow.
10
Okay.
to 12 people.
Yeah, 10, yeah.
Okay.
That's a 4-hour changeover. So
Yeah.
that's one way.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And 4 hours back. So it's not as easy as you think when you look at the amount of resources that you tie up transition.
Right.
So it takes a lot of thought. We have to find a good window of opportunity, but we'll come back to the board with the request. The 4 schools out to make that happen.
All right.
Anything else, Mr. Smith?
That's all I got.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Nix?
Mr. President, good morning.
Good morning.
And other esteemed board members, thank you for allowing me to be on the agenda today. I certainly want to thank Ms. Bernadine for rerouting my time. Had an unfortunate death in the family a couple of weeks ago, but thank you for rescheduling me, and thank you for accepting me, Mr. President. It's always good to see my friends and colleagues. Not that I'm a litmus test and I'm on a 2-minute timetable, not that I'm a litmus test, but others, governing bodies, could learn a lot from the efficiency that this body moves by when I'm in your presence. So I congratulate you. I touch many organizations around the country, and you move with deliberate intentionality, and I'm impressed with your intentions to do the people's business with efficiency. That being said, I appreciate, WISCA appreciates the collaboration and partnership that we've had with you for the last several years. We come before you this morning again, asking for your continued partnership, particularly in 2024, for you partnering with us in you providing the convention center. Mr. President, if I might pass the. So we have two fundraising initiatives as you've partnered with us in the past. We will again host those initiatives, one being our food festival. Last year we had a little over 1,000 people to attend and to enjoy the delicacies of various chefs and vendors around the community. Some of you attended. Then we had our annual banquet in December. We had 535 people to attend. That is our recognition banquet. We celebrate the work, we acknowledge the work of the citizenry and the community, the hard work, the hard lifting work. Let me state it clearly, we couldn't do what we do with any level, any appreciable level of success if it were not for your partnership, and we recognize that in it as if we are your investment. WSCA, we are your investment, and it is only right that we come before you and share with you how your investment is faring. And so we appreciate your investment in us, we appreciate your confidence in us, and we'd like for you to consider the continuation of our partnership in kind for 2024 for the food festival as well as our annual banquet. Those dates are noted below. That is my request, Mr. President.
Any questions? You've reserved the dates already, make sure they're clear, right?
Yes, sir.
I move that we continue the relationship and partnership and waive the fees for the two events stated on this flyer.
Motion is to
Thank you,
waive
Mr.
fees and to grant the dates. Can you second? Can you second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. That's unanimous. Ms. Holmes.
Thank you, Board. I'd like
No.
to also, Mr. President, if I might, these are some of the efficiency bags that we gave, Go Green, more efficiency bags that we gave out at the at our fundraising banquet in December. And we will continue to do many initiatives, Go Green, more efficiencies for the residents of Washington County throughout the summer. We'll be advertising that, and I'd like to at least share those with you this morning. Mr. President, I need your permission to do that, and I'm sure you've allowed me to do that in the past. May I do that?
Well, since I've allowed you to bribe us in the past, I'll go ahead and let you do it today too. Since you told everybody.
Bribe is such a harsh word, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And they have light bulbs, they have smoke detectors, and they have carbon monoxide detectors.
Pass that around the call.
And by the way, once again, we've shared all of these with the residents of Washington County. And at the bank, we passed out over 1,000.
I think is that all?
Mr. McGee, did you go on?
I'm good. We're good.
Okay.
Ms. Brooks?
Yes,
Keep
sir.
yes. Thanks.
Okay.
You're one, Ms. Carter?
Okay.
She didn't get one.
Burnett. Burnett.
All right.
Mr. Gordon?
I did.
Mr. Dixon?
Mr. Nick.
Yes.
Give me a call with your number on. I need to call you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it.
Longener,
Thank you.
Ms. Smith. Well, Lonnie. How you doing, sir? All right. Eric?
You didn't come with a bag.
I did not, I'm sorry. I came with greetings this morning.
All right. You want use of the Washington County Convention Center on April 9th and 10th for
Yes.
a National Fire Academy class?
Yes, yes.
All right, it's already on the books, you squared away?
It's already on the books.
Good enough. I need a motion
So moved.
and a second.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything else you need from us, Mr.
Yes,
President?
sir, that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Lonnie. Thank
Mr. Warren, how you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Lee.
Here to give you a quick update on where we are with the Sportsplex. Those are two different sheets.
Okay, so it's one for everybody on each one?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes, sir.
okay.
Use the name Sports Club.
get, I'll get it. I got it.
It's pretty good, 518.
Yes.
That's impressive. I didn't think it would,
Yeah.
I was doubtful on that. That's pretty impressive.
All right, so the financial report we got as of today, we received for is team sponsorship, a couple of league sponsors, and registration be $22,702. It's $2 because sometimes people write a check for a little bit more, so, but it's $22,702. Total registrations we just looked at is 518 kids that we have registered from the 3 through 4 age group all the way up to 13. So it's a total of 518 kids mixed with boy and girl. I don't have the ratio, but it's a lot. Also, we have about 5 teams per age group, so we're looking at about over 20 plus teams that'll be competing out there at the Sportsplex with all the age groups combined. We did have to combine softball age groups to 11 to 14 because we did not have enough girls to sign up and had ran to a coach, so we had to combine that group, but we still managed to get enough teams that we can have a league to participate. Our target start date, Mr. McCray said it's going to either be April 8th or April 13th. More realistic would be April 13th, which is a Saturday. We want to have like a big old opening event. We want you all to come throughout the first pitch, so get your arms ready and let everybody know about, you know, the process and get all the kids playing at one time. So the more realistic date will probably be April 13th instead of April 8th. He gave me 2 dates, but April 13th will maybe the more realistic date. We will keep you updated on that. Batting cages, I don't know if y'all seen on the Facebook page, but the batting cages are coming down. We have the dirt laid, got the concrete finna get poured, so we should be ready for that. And I think that's almost 100% paid for through donations. Chris is still getting those donations in. I know the attorney asked for some documentation on it, so we will have, hopefully we'll have all that by the next board meeting on the donations that people gave for the bank cages, but they'll be 100% paid for through donations. On the staff update, we did hire a board clerk, media director, be Katie Beth Maddox. I don't know if y'all know her or not, but she did apply, and we did hire her, and also too, this week, our concession manager did resign. So, and we do have a point person looking. We do have a person identified that we are in contact with the replacer. We should have that position replaced before this week is out. So, once we get that done, we'll have a full staff and we'll be good to go.
All right. Lee?
I think that 518 is most ever been registered out there since the thing's been going. So
Well, the last update that we got was, I think the most they had was like 320.
Yeah, so I think
So,
this
yeah.
is that's huge, 518.
That's a lot of
So,
kids.
yeah, it's a lot of kids.
And we've had to turn down, unfortunately, probably 30 to 40 more because we don't have enough coaches and they missed the deadline.
Yeah.
So, but we've had to, I mean, that's heartbreaking for parents to keep texting you, but we had to move forward and we just don't have enough coaches to field more teams.
Gotcha.
So, but we have had to turn down other kids and parents.
Any other questions? Mr. Warren?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a need for any more team sponsors?
I doubt if we need a team sponsor, but we're always looking for league sponsors.
All right, $500 is the banner on the wall or on the fence?
On the fence, yes, sir.
All right, we'll work that out.
Thank you, sir.
Any other questions, Mr. Warren?
Keep up good work.
Thank you.
And keep us posted on the dates and, you know, good job.
We will. Thank you.
All righty.
All right.
Okay. Who am I missing? Ms. Moore. Oh, sorry. Hey.
Good morning.
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 You guys have a copy of the
Yeah,
board
I'm sorry, we got a copy of Ms. Moore's report. You got questions on it?
I only have one request.
Come on.
To schedule a public hearing for 5/6/2024 at 10 a.m., which includes Candace Robinson, 1888 Highway 1 North, and William Harmon at 1801 South Lake Ferguson Road.
Yeah, I need a motion to approve
So moved.
and second.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. With no questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Thank you,
Question.
Hadley.
Oh, that Lake First, that's one we've been dealing with quite a while. We gave
Mhm.
extensions and things like
Yeah,
that.
he called me, said
Okay.
he was,
Okay,
working on the yard,
yeah,
and he was getting ready to move out of town.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
And Friday, now everybody's familiar with the one, the Robertson or Roberts? Roberts, ain't it?
Robertson,
Robertson's property up on Highway 1 North.
Yeah,
That's
you
a
told me about
major
that.
issue.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, Ms. Moore, keep it moving.
That's
Anything
all
else
I
you need
have.
from us?
thank you, that's it.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Ms. Smith, you want to see us?
Yes, sir. It is always a pleasure to see the board. I have several items this morning, but I'll be as brief as possible. And the first thing I want to share, and Mr. Gordon, if you just take one, and I think I need to keep a few for myself here. Let's take one. USDOT, the United States Department of Transportation, has announced several programs for funding, and I'm passing that information around to you. On the last 2 pages is a list of each program and the deadline dates, and I think they go through August. But these are the programs, and I'll send you the link because it was kind of lengthy, to print all the information out. But I will email each of you those the information on those programs. There are some that could really benefit the county, and would like to have further discussions with you all as soon as possible. The first program on that paper. Do you need one, Mr. Griffin?
Oh, you got.
Oh, okay. The first item on the agenda for presentation this morning, Ms. Bernadine, that's what you are looking for. That's the list of items. Oh, okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay. First item on the agenda is a collaborative project. It's a maritime project. Washington County Board of Supervisors, the Levy Board, and the Washington County Port Commission. If you all are interested, I had a conversation with Peter Nimrod, and I mentioned to him that I had received this information from Department of Transportation, federal government programs. This program, this is a request authorization to discuss grant opportunities related to port expansions and improvements on behalf of the Board of Supervisors. Tentatively, if you all authorize that to take place, I will meet with Peter and some other folk that he's wants to be involved on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. But this is just for you all to grant me that permission.
Can I get a second? Got a second, Supervisor Benson? If no questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Show Supervisor Rittman waiting to see.
One of these, one of the projects that he explained or suggested, and the reason the Port Commission is involved is because the Levy Board owns a tract of land, 120 acres, adjacent to property owned by the Port Commission. And he said several years ago there was a request for funding to raise the level of that acreage. And if it's raised, it could be used for port expansion and economic development. The next one is this Federal Highway Safe Routes to Schools project. Mr. Redmond spoke with Commissioner Simmons, and this program is going to become available in May. The deadline is in May, and we're requesting authorization to permit me and your engineer to investigate opportunities for funding through the Safe Routes to Schools program for traffic and pedestrian improvements on Highway 12 at Simmons High School in Hollandale.
Motion
So moved.
Second.
and a second. Is approved. Oh, okay. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
So the safe route, does it have to be on the highway, or can it be on the street or something? The reason why I asked, because on Old Wheaton Road, there is a school, and it used to be sidewalks there, and we need to put those sidewalks back there for the kids, because really, it's just really, really bad.
You said it's on Old Leland Road?
Yes, Old Wheaton Road, you can really go from Highway 1 all the way to the, go east to the bridge.
I'll send them an email, Ms. Brooks, and check that out and let you know. And if it is, we'll just include it.
It is.
Forest Acres subdivision, I spoke with a representative from the Mississippi Department of Environmental Quality. Sarah has scheduled a meeting for Wednesday, April 3rd via Teams, Zoom, whatever their
Microsoft Teams.
access is. And it's scheduled for 9 o'clock with MDEQ to discuss drainage, flooding, complaints, et cetera, and begin to explore ways to correct existing situations impacting the Forest Acres neighborhood. That's just information. I will email the link to you all, so if you desire to join it and listen in on what they have to say. She did indicate that in order for them to really get involved, there has to be a complaint, and I said, I'm really not sure if there has been an official complaint filed regarding the landfill, since it's alleged that the drainage from the landfill is the problem. But they said that they should have retention ponds and other flood control, flood prevention methods on that site. And if it's not, they would have to get an official request to investigate the site to see if it is in fact an issue with the landfill or whether or not it is she looked at an aerial of the neighborhood, and she said that she saw where several of the drainage ditches were clogged, and several of the culverts had failed. So that could possibly be what's causing the water to back up. But she said they would need to look into all that.
Well, I need to just make a request.
Yes.
Do I need to get an order to do this from the board, or I can just do it?
What's that now?
You need
To make a request.
Well, I think we need to wait until after she provides information on Thursday, and then maybe at the next board meeting, or if the board authorizes you to do that at this time, then after the board meeting, then you can proceed with that paperwork.
Motion.
I like to make a
Mo-
motion to make a request for MDQ to come and identify, do an assessment, Forest Acres, lining up with the, landfill.
All right, that's a motion. I need a second. I need a second. Thank you, Tommy. All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. That's unanimous.
The next item is a federal procurement policy. Mr. Griffin does have some additional information he wants to share regarding the policy. He's reviewed it, and I would just yield to you to discuss those.
Well, there are some modifications that I put together that need to be incorporated in there. In addition to that, a policy of this magnitude, in view of the fact that we have, for the last 2 years, been expending somewhere close to $8.5 million in ARPA funds, I would recommend, and I note that Mr. Smith has been encouraging this board to have a serious work session, but we need a training session before this board adopts the policy, okay, to ensure that these board members appreciate exactly what's being considered, okay?
Okay.
Before they approve it. I recommend this board set a training session to be led by Mr. Smith to go over details of this particular policy.
Okay.
Because
Pleasure.
we got a lot of expenditures, and one of the important aspects of it, you got to understand, be able to differentiate between state procurement and federal procurement, and so all that need to be in there, and then I will get the modifications to Mr. Smith. In fact, I have them already. Okay, and let's move forward, because like I said, we 2 years into $8.5 million in ARPA funds, and we need to adopt a policy to ensure that we are complying with the requirements of the federal government when we expend those funds. I don't know the answer to that.
To date, all opera expenses that have been entrusted to me are in compliance.
Pleasure of the
This,
board.
This particular, you got a question?
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
let me
what we
just
want to
say
do is go
this.
ahead and set this meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our training session,
All right.
while we're talking about it.
It hadn't been brought to my attention that there had been any violations.
All right.
Okay.
This
Now-
really,
Now, let me see what the pleasure of the board.
Yes.
I would say next Monday,
Next Monday's date is the 8th.
I will be traveling that.
Next Monday?
Next week. I'll be out next
All
week.
right. And
can we do it sometime this weekend?
This weekend? Sure, if y'all
This
gonna be
week, I said not weekend.
Oh,
What about, is any time good for y'all this week?
No, I'll be out of town Thursday through Sunday.
let me say this, Mr. Griffin. This policy, MDEQ hired Horn LLC. Horn is the group that is managing ARPA funds for the state of Mississippi. They under contract with DFA, MDEQ, and all other agencies to ensure compliance. This became applicable to Washington County, of course, because you all have several MCWI projects. And in order to receive your reimbursement, this policy must be uploaded to the MDEQ portal. So that's why I'm bringing it to you. You are probably in the same shape with 99.9% of the other municipalities and counties in this state. I don't know of any that have had adopted this prior to this program. You've always been in compliance because the state, when you receive federal funds through MDEQ, MDA, what they do, they provide you with an implementation manual.
yes.
And as a part of that implementation manual, when you all approve things and when you sign those contracts, the contracts have all of these terms and conditions in them. But with ARPA, it's
Ms.
kind
Smith,
of, we're gonna figure it out.
I don't think it's an issue of compliance or non-compliance.
I don't either.
I think it's an issue of the board being adequately trained on the policies that they adopt, okay? The law says when you adopt a policy, the board should know what's the details of that policy. Now, they may not want to hear it, but you got to extend them the opportunity
Certainly.
to at least be trained on it.
I would ask that you all would invite
Yes.
the municipalities in Washington County to be a part of the training as well, because they are your sub-recipients, and whatever you do, they have to have in their files.
Is there a timeline to adopt this?
It's depending on how soon you want your reimbursement.
Yeah, time is of the essence.
Yeah, Shalisa has been paying,
I would like us to go ahead and adopt and have a training at another date, because I want us to be in compliance. We've been paying and we have not adopted it, we are behind, am I correct?
no, you're not behind, because we just found out about this in February.
So when are the payments, where are we ready to pay the municipalities for the water project?
You are paying that now through your existing, you have to pay it anyway first.
Right.
And then you have to request reimbursement of those funds.
So it would be reimbursed and,
No,
so we cannot make no request for reimbursement until we adopt this, am I correct?
correct, yes.
I'd like to move forward and we adopt it, we have it on record, and we have a training at a later date. That's my motion.
Subject to the modifications by
The attorney.
the attorney.
Yes.
I got a
How
motion, I
long,
got a
on the,
question.
on the training, how long do you think that would take, an hour, 2 hours?
I would say
What,
2 hours.
2 hours?
If you start at 9, we'll be out by 11.
Yeah, I'm not comfortable adopting it until we do have that, and I'm pretty flexible whenever, because you said yourself that you have to have the opportunity or be offered the training on it when you adopt it, whether we want it or not, it's there for us to do. So what would be the earliest time for you to be, will you be doing the training or will somebody else be doing?
I will be doing the training. I will introduce the presenters. They will be from home.
How soon could you set something like that up?
Probably, I could shoot for this Thursday and let you know.
Can you make it
Oh, I don't have to, this
Oh,
is
you'll
more
be
important.
gone.
The majority of the board will be there.
Yeah. I can make it Thursday if,
Yeah,
you
if
know.
they
I
can
mean,
make it, let's roll.
Yeah, I can make it Thursday.
Thursday morning?
Uh,
Thursday night, Thursday at 6 o'clock somewhere?
Oh, no. But keep in mind, you have to
No.
contact the other municipalities.
Right. I would say do it the week after your next board meeting.
Ooh, okay.
We got time. It's no, it's,
Okay.
Yeah, that's the week of the 15th.
So you'll get
15th Monday.
a real time and date,
Yes.
and then let us know, and then, okay, all right, I'm good with that.
9th through the 12th.
Okay.
We can do
Yeah.
it the following week.
Okay.
Crossroads Roofing has completed the work at the Sheriff's Department mechanic shop. They submitted an invoice. I don't see Jeremy, but it's not the amount. I think you all approved 38,000. You have that. You would need to approve a check authorization report or request in the amount of $34,325. And, the sheriff needs to just sign that the work has been completed.
Let me ask this question, because Jeremy asked me,
Can't hear you.
Jeremy asked me who's responsible for the inspection of this work, okay?
Because of the cost of the work, it did not require an architect. So I called Roy, who is the county's building inspector, and he said that it's in the city limits. So I asked whether or not the city of Greenville had issued a permit. I didn't get a report on that. And I asked whether or not they had come out and inspected it. So no one was able to confirm that.
Can our engineer inspect it, or has to be somebody from the city?
The engineer said he didn't want to certify the work because he didn't do the,
Design.
yeah.
Okay, who did the design?
Nobody.
They presented, well, based on what they submitted, the specifications, I prepared those specifications based on commercial roofing.
Okay. Jeremy. Oh, sorry, Chris.
We do
Can-
need someone to inspect the work.
Can I offer this? We have, there's a statute that says that any road or bridge work in excess of $25,000 must be inspected by your county engineer. Now, similarly, I would strongly recommend that this board adopt a policy that any work on any of his buildings or whatever also be inspected, be supervised by the county engineer and or an architect to ensure that we are getting the quality of work that the board expects. I would recommend you approve that,
Okay.
similar to what you do on roads.
Okay.
I understand that, but you need to create the policy.
We'll create a policy, I mean, but I would recommend you go forward now and then we'll adopt the policy, okay?
Well, isn't it the same thing we just doing with this, same
No.
thing? We need to read it first before we adopt the policy?
Okay, Lee.
No,
Attorney
because
Griffin?
it's gonna be a simple policy,
Ain't no motion yet.
just based on the statute.
Oh, you making the motion? And your motion? Tommy just made the motion to adopt the policy, correct?
The engineer's raising his hand.
You can go ahead with the policy, it's just the fact that, we were not involved in the construction of it. I went on top of the roof, it does seem like it's in good standing, but, you know, without going through the full construction, I can't certify it right, that's all I'm saying.
Outstanding. All right, I got a motion on the floor to proceed with the adoption of a policy. I need a second. Lee, I see you. I got a second, Jared Lee.
No, that was fine. He had answered my question.
Okay.
That you have been up there just to look at, but what we need to do also, as far as getting these people paid for the roof, I'm comfortable if you just looked at, I mean, again, it's kind of a small job when it comes to roofing jobs, just to make sure on the surface that everything, we've had some rain. I'm assuming there's no leaks in the
was
roof after this last rain.
Jeremy.
Jeremy can answer that.
Okay. So what happened was, it was rain coming down, but it was from some windows and air conditioning units be on the second floor of that building. So, but the roof was intact. The roof wasn't leaking. It was leaking from other problems that we had. They were giving folks. They were gonna do some outside. We were gonna do some inside.
Okay, so the roof itself's fine. It was coming in from other areas, and he's taking a look at it, so I'm comfortable about as far as paying the, you know.
Okay. So I got a motion and a second on adopting the policy. Any other questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
One abstention.
Okay.
I'd like to read first.
I got one abstention. Ms. Smith,
Need a motion to pay the.
So moved to pay the.
I got a motion to pay the bill.
$34,325
I need a
to
second.
Crossroads Roofing.
I got a motion in a second. Any other questions? Thank you, Jerry. Any other questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
One abstention.
Motion carries.
Okay,
Anything else?
oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
At the last board meeting, the attorney inquired about allowable costs under the ARPA program, and I received a response from, from the group, well, the United States Treasury. And ARPA administrative costs are allowable up to 20%. Currently, I receive 2% from the board, and then I receive 4% from MCWI. So my percentage is 6% right now. And it says, it actually says, based on the final rule, planning and administrative costs, not more than 20% of state and local SLFRF funds used for projects may be spent on planning and administrative costs. Then it says they should be in accordance with the regulations set forth in 24 CFR and other things. Now, if you, it also says that each category should be treated consistently in like circumstances as direct or indirect, and recipients may not charge the same administrative costs to both direct and indirect categories. That I'm not doing that. If in fact, and in speaking with them, let's say you all had ARPA and you were also receiving money from the Department of Energy for the same project. Let's say if we were replacing lights here at the courthouse and it was dually funded, I could only receive administrative costs from one federal entity. I could not do administrative costs for ARPA and that other federal department. And the other one was for the NUNC-PRO-TUNC order. Mark Johnson with the Office of the State Auditor responded on March 18th as I was sitting here at the meeting, and I was unable to print this out here. But this particular response on the NUNC-PRO-TUNC order, they give a definition what NUNC-PRO-TUNC means, and we thought we approved this or included in a prior order, but have learned that we did not. We wanted to take effect when we thought it was approved. So the date that date is when the approval is considered to have happened. In this case, the board's intent was for the consulting contract to be approved as a part of the appointments, but the language used did not make that inclusion. He says it is not retroactive. It is a way to make the minutes agree with what the board believed had been done. No repayment will be required since the NUNC-PRO-TUNC order will be effective as of the date that the original motion was passed as being corrected. And would like for you all to make those a part of the minutes.
I'd like
Well,
to make a
let me-
motion to spread that across the minutes.
I got a motion? I need a second. Second. Mr. Smith, help me with something you just read, and it goes to intent. It says something about intent.
Yes.
If the board back in January intended to reinstate, approve an
contract.
extension, yeah,
Yes.
but that was not the intent.
I
on
made that motion, that was my intent. Marla Brooks made that motion, so you
It's
can't
not
tell
in
me.
the record.
I know that, but
And
that
it's
was my
not,
intent.
what, did you get a second on it?
We passed, it was unanimous
So you
vote.
got a second?
No, we got a second, and you voted unanimously. We made a motion to reappoint all departments.
Thank you.
And so I was under,
No.
I said, but it was my intent.
Well,
So
here's how it can be
I
resolved.
made
Mr.
the
Smith.
motion, it was my intent.
No, that was not the
You
intent of
can't
this
tell me
board.
what my motion, what my
According to-
intent was now.
According to our minutes, there is nothing in the minutes that said that was the intention of this board, regardless how it may be flipped or turned now.
I'm not flipping or
So,
turning it. I
my-
know what I made the motion to. So
Well,
don't
I
tell
have
me what my
provided the
intent
board
was.
Ms. Smith,
response.
Ms. Smith, you got to hold. I can't have three people talking at the same time.
Okay. may I
Allow
be
Ms. Brooks to
recognized?
finish.
Okay,
If she's done, then I'm gonna speak.
okay.
And I
Okay.
speak after you.
According to our records, it was not the intent of the board. Now, if anybody around this table can sit here who voted in favor of Ms. Brooks's motion intended to reinstate not just Mr. Smith's contract, but all contracts that may have expired. If you intended to reinstate as part of your vote, please speak now. So you saying you did?
No, I just got something to say when you
You
get
gotta
done.
give everybody a chance.
Okay.
If you intended for that contract to be reinstated, please speak now.
When I
Well,
speak, when I made my when
Ms.
I
Brooks,
made,
you gotta let the board speak. You
okay,
gotta give us a
I'm a
minute.
board member, am I?
But I know where you are with it. Let me see where they are.
Can I get finished?
As soon as I can, I swear I'm
All
gonna turn it
right.
over to you. But 1, 2, 3, boom.
All right,
Nobody.
You
Ms.
didn't
Brooks,
allow
got
me,
to
you
let
did
me
not
finish.
allow me to complete. You're making everything biased and one-sided.
And that's fine, but give me a few seconds and I'll be
But go ahead
finished.
on and get finished.
And so no board member, Mr. Smith, had that intention,
Okay, so that means I
other
don't
than
have a
Ms. Brooks.
contract.
That
You
means
had
you
that
don't have a
intention.
contract.
Right,
Right,
okay.
okay.
Thank
Now,
you
Ms.
all so
Brooks, you
very,
got
you
the
can
floor.
pass those back, Ms. Brooks. Those
Now
are
you
my
have the floor.
contracts that Mr. Griffin requested. That means I do no further work for the board.
You knew, no, the contract was regarding grants, wasn't it?
It was, so
Thank you.
we won't proceed with any of those.
Now, since
No,
the
that's not,
non-pro
no, that's
tem-
not accurate, because we got too many grants out here right now going on, too many
I
projects
can't
going
work
on.
without a contract, Ms. Brooks.
Right now, we got the home grant going on. We can't just exclude with these games that Mr. President is playing right now. It was the intention to renew Mr. Griffin to continue with the grants on, because we just can't not exclude these projects because you want to play games today.
Ms.
That was
Brooks, why are you
the
calling
intention.
my name?
Hold up.
I'm trying to say,
Whoa,
I
whoa.
stand corrected. I did not mean to say Attorney Griffin. I mean Mr. President
McGee.
Carr McGee.
McGee.
That's
Lee.
what I meant to say.
Lee.
That was the motion that was made, and it was my intention. When we made it the motion was to reappoint all department heads, and I looked at him as a grant that's over our department, because we do grants. Excuse me, we do grants as a department. There's a different department for each, and so when I made the motion, it included everybody to first bill by ARPA along with our grants. So when we say ARPA, did it exclude him or did not exclude him? I mean, if that's the case, we don't have an ARPA person then. I mean, if you're gonna go that route, we can't exclude him for doing ARPA but not doing grants.
I'm only referring to the contract that he had that expired in December. That was not renewed. Ms.
All right,
Gordon, would you please?
I have a question. Did we have a contract for ARPA?
And it hadn't expired.
The ARPA fund, hold
Mr.
it now.
Griffin,
The
hold up.
ARPA
You can't-
contract
you
is a
can't-
30-month contract.
Oh, no, you can't, don't do that.
No, I want to know, thank you, advising me,
It
Attorney
hadn't
Griffin.
expired, period.
All right, so when we
Only
did,
one?
only person knew about it, I guess you knew the application, I'm sorry, the contract expired was you. Had we known that at the first board meeting, it'd have been addressed on January 1,
Okay,
when we had our first meeting.
okay,
So that was a part of it.
okay. Lee?
From my understanding, the first meeting of the year, everybody that we reappoint is listed on our
Yes.
agenda that
Yes.
day, and that's who you vote
Excuse
on.
me, Mr.
I'm
President,
sorry.
this is,
I'm
you're
s-
discussing my contract.
One second.
And I would request that you go into executive session.
Okay, if we, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I have, to set the record straight, I voted no on that. You said it was unanimous. It wasn't unanimous. I voted no on
I
everybody.
stand
Yeah,
corrected.
yeah.
So it's a
But it
4-1.
was now I don't know who was on there, but if you go back to that very first agenda, January, whoever's listed on there from the years gone by, that's who we were voting on that. So I don't know who all was on there, but if you'll go back to that, I would assume that's who everybody was voting on.
Could you get a copy of that agenda, Charlize?
Anyone else? Okay. Well, let's move on. Now, we
So
won't
I
discuss
got a question,
contracts in
going
open
back,
meeting.
we're gonna talk about this
I
in
won't.
executive session.
Oh, no.
I got a question. So this contract that you passed out, Mr.
Oh, you don't want this
Smith,
contract discussed now?
No, I mean, what is this contract for?
That is for grant writing. And based on the decision of Mr. McGee and I guess Mr. Griffin, that,
No, don't guess on me.
okay, the
I speak
order
for Mr.
previously passed by the board relative to the non-pro-tunc order, that order has been passed. Based on that action of this board, I was directed to prepare a contract. So
Have you had a chance to review this contract?
Nope.
it is the same one that was previously in place.
I'd like to make a
Only
motion.
thing that has been changed were the dates. But I really,
Okay.
I enjoy amicable relationships with those I serve. And I have some concerns at this point that I really want to discuss with this board as it relates to the ARPA contract, the sub-recipient agreements and everything else that I've been doing. I have tried to serve the county in which I live. And I think I've done that in the most professional manner possible. I have only provided services to each of you, those who would receive those services, in a very, very highly competent manner. And I would not stand before you to request or present a contract that you all had not approved. And if it was not your intent, that has not been communicated to me until today. So based upon the fact that you all have communicated that it was not your intent, that means I owe you all some money, right?
No,
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion that we move forward and approve this contract, because we got this home grant going on, and I want to move forward on it to tear this woman's house down and all the other contract, all the other grants we're looking to do. That's my motion.
Got a motion? I got a second. Questions? If there are no questions. Now, this contract, you have not reviewed, Mr. Griffin?
No.
And it's kind of hard for us to accept, accepting the contract without your approval. The only concern that I have is that according to the non-proton process that was presented to us, and we did vote on, I was just, had some things that I did not understand correctly that I do have a clear understanding of today. I got a motion and a second, and your motion was to do which, Ms. Brooks?
To move forward to approve this contract.
Starting on what date?
Actually, with the Proton, what is the correct terminology
Proton
is.
doesn't matter
But
here
I'm
because
just
there wasn't no intent.
effective today, but going back with the Proton. That's the motion.
You can't do the Proton because there was no intent.
It was my intent, I made
That's
the
the
motion.
January meeting.
There was no
Can I
intent.
see the contract?
Wait, you gonna tell me what my intent was?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I didn't go, I know that was one person that had the intent, that's why I gave the board
All right,
ample
so,
time
well,
to
anyway,
respond.
well, I just put it in the
So the
motion.
Proton doesn't
It's
work.
in the motion.
You
You got
can't,
a motion and a second.
if you have this board vote to not recover those funds, they are exposed to having to pay it back out of their pocket. So don't,
Who, the board?
yes. Lee?
This is the first meeting in January, and I don't see Mr. Smith on this one for the reappointments in that. That was everybody to be reappointed.
Okay. I still have a motion and a second on the floor. Ms. Griffin?
Okay, can I offer this? Even if the board decides to go forward with this particular contract,
Can't hear you.
even if the board decided to do what is being requested, item 3, terms and termination contain the same language as the prior contract. The initial term of this agreement shall be for a period of 6 months, commencing on the effective date with an option for 1 year.
That should have been corrected. It should commence on January 5th and go through December 31st based upon what the board approved.
So that needs to be, that needs to be changed.
And you can't retro
Well,
according to statute.
then there's highlighted, the consultant's compensation shall be $2,500 for a period of 12 months, January 5th, 2024 through December 31st, 2024.
That's retroing.
Mr. President, may I say something, please, sir?
1 second. I mean,
Sure.
Can I offer this? Unless this board find in its minutes that there was specific intent and I've said it to reappoint Mr. Smith as the grant writer on January 5th, then it would be retroactive.
all right, there's a motion on the floor, Ms. Brooks.
Yes,
I
sir.
think the motion, the contract is not ready, but I think there has to be a finding in the minutes that it was the intent of this board to reappoint Mr. Smith effective January
Say that one more time.
January 5th. There has to be a finding by the
Okay.
board
All right, just make a motion.
in the minutes, it had to be spread in the minutes,
Yes, sir.
that it was the intent of this board to reappoint Mr. Smith effective January 25th. And through mistake,
You said January 25th now.
I'm January 5th, and
Sec-
through mistake, the
January
board
2nd.
failed to do so.
All right,
Okay?
January 2nd or January 5th?
January 5th.
January 5th is
Our
Friday.
meeting was on the
that
second.
the meeting, whatever the date of the meeting, January 2nd.
Second.
Okay?
January
The
2nd.
contract says the 5th, so January 2nd, yes.
Okay,
I'd
I
like to
got it.
amend the motion to what the attorney just said.
That means January 2nd on the amendment. Who gave me the second? Where did I
Mr.
get-
Redmond?
I got it. You good, Chief? All right, everybody understand the motion? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed?
Nay.
That's 2 nays. Motion carries. All right. Anything else, Ms. Smith?
What do you need from me, Mr. Griffin?
We need the contract modified to delete the information in item 3 or amended in item 3 to conform to the board's, the motion the board approved today. Okay.
All
Did
right.
you get that motion, all that motion, Ms.
Yeah.
Bernadine?
It's on.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You good?
To prevent me having to come back again regarding the ARPA payments,
Your opera, no, there's no problem with your, well,
based
Oh,
on the
okay.
information that you all said I was allegedly double dipping, I have provided you with the information this morning that I am not. Because it clearly says, unless you are dealing with 2 separate federal sources, and I'm not. I'm only dealing with the American Rescue Plan Act.
okay.
And
But here's the problem, and let me take a look at that.
I
I was
said
just presented with this today,
Mhm.
okay? And clearly I'm not familiar with it, all
Okay.
right? So, and that is not the contention. The contention is you have a contract for a specific amount to be paid by Washington County, correct?
that is what has occurred.
Yes, and then Washington County, from the very funds that go to outside agencies, correct?
No, sir. That is
Well,
not correct.
I'm talking about opera funds now.
I'm talking about
And-
ARPA
and-
funds
And I
as
think
well.
I think we've said, Mr. Smith, this board, and this lawyer has no problem with you negotiating an agreement with a third party to pay you money, okay?
I think you're
simply said,
confusing it, Mr. Griffin.
no, I simply said that they cannot come from Washington County's opera funds.
And I've told you that the compensation through MCWI does not come through Washington County. If you look at the budget, it is not categorized in such a way.
Okay.
Now, until, I really, as I've said today, I really have a high level of appreciation for amicable client relationships. And I have been stressed to deal with a lot of unnecessary things relative to contractual work that I do for Washington County. And I really don't know why I don't experience this anywhere else.
Ms. Smith?
So
Now,
I would
if
like
you
to ask
have-
that you all schedule a date and time to discuss that. I am receptive to whatever the decision of this board is. If you want me to do the work, I'll do it. If you don't want me to do the work, I won't do it.
All right.
I'm not gonna fight with the board, the attorney, or any other county employees to provide what I'm contracted to do.
All right, you're gonna have to let me move the meeting on. Anything else you wanna talk to us about, other than that particular issue?
I would like to, I've got to know before I move forward
On what?
on ARPA, and I'm gonna get Mr. Griffin the other responses, but there are still unanswered questions. You all have a report that's due in 30 days.
Okay.
And based upon the payments that are being questioned, to do that report, I need to be paid for that.
You have been being paid, Mr. Smith.
Okay, but I won't be paid. Mr. Griffin said I couldn't receive any other ARPA money until this matter is resolved. Now, the board did not approve that or state that.
That is not what I said.
You said,
Let me finish. I'll tell you what I said. I said you are gonna continue, and this board has approved you to receive, to be compensated by this county from ARPA funds.
no,
That, for the next, for up to 30 months. That's your contract. It's etched in stone, okay? It's etched in stone. Now, here's the issue arises when this board approves a sub-recipient agreement to pay, say for instance, to pay Arcola ARPA funds. Now, the question arises then, as the current ARPA administrator, can you then go down and become Arcola's administrator and be compensated from ARPA fund that you recommended the county pay through a contract to Arcola? And that is my position, you know.
Mr. Griffin,
and
at the last board meeting, you said that you did not want me to receive any more ARPA payments until this matter was resolved.
I've never said that.
All right,
You being paid today, as far as I know.
Let me let him finish.
As I have stated over and over, and I provided you with the documentation from the United States Department of Treasury, I feel very uncomfortable moving forward until this is resolved.
Okay.
I really do.
That's okay.
Because I don't want this county to come up and say, well, Andrew, you owe us X number of dollars, you gotta pay us this, whatever. I don't wanna put myself in that position.
All right.
So until it's resolved, I won't do that.
Well, now you
May I
understand.
ask this question?
Yes, sir.
Are you paying Mr. Smith today
Yes,
from ARPA funds?
yes.
And it has never been my position, Mr. Smith, that you can't be compensated from ARPA funds. You have a contract to be
I am
compensated.
still doing, when I do your ARPA work,
Mhm.
I have to simultaneously, I come in here and I present you guys check authorization forms for payment for Golden Acres, for Winterville, Black Bayou, Glen Allen. If you are saying I can't get paid for that, I can't do that.
Okay. Mr. Smith, let me be clear about something. We're gonna wrap this up. I can understand you may be uncomfortable, but you have a contract to do work for this board, and that contract is active. And whatever you choose to do is on you.
Okay, thank you.
But we do have a contract. Thank you. All right, Mr. Willie Hess.
Good morning.
How you doing, sir? Yes, sir.
Can't wait till my supervisor come back.
Yeah, you can. Let me find out where we are with Ann Drive-In Road. Now, the road department has instructions to go out and actually re-mill that road up and overlay it. And so with your presence being here, they're telling me nothing has happened on that road.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Uh,
So with the
it wa-
supervisor is basically, along with the board, instructed them to go out and run a reclaimer over that road and redo it.
Road like a washboard ain't place.
All right.
You want a caterpillar over to cut ruts in it, going down.
Yeah, washboard, got the washboard effect. We talking about Ann Drive-In Road, Ms. Brooks, where the road department. Go ahead.
A portion of rain
Okay.
that we, and then of course, we going through some things, but I will follow up to see where they are on to reclaim.
Okay.
'Cause I think the reclaiming is in your district.
Yeah, but we can bring it back up. They should be finished. But we'll get them back. Right now, it's like it's been reclaimed, but it's got the washboard effect. But we'll get them on that today. Let me find out where they are.
But I would appreciate it if you supervise ride the road. It's not as bad as it was.
Oh, I rode the road the other week.
Okay.
It shows
It's
it.
not as bad as it was, or it's worse?
Well, since it rained, the washboard.
Oh, I hadn't been gone since the rain,
Yeah.
but I did ride it.
Okay. Could I get my ditch cleaned out in front of my church on Old Leland Road, St. Peter Church?
If it's on the city on the county right away, yes, sir.
It's on the other side, it's the east side of number 9.
Is it on, if it's on the county right of way?
It's on the county right away. It's on the county right away.
Answer is yes. You
Can
know
we get that
exactly where it
ditch
is,
cleaned out?
Ms. Brooks?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Yes, sir.
Okay. I sure appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hess. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
Okay, who am I missing? Who am I missing?
So,
Miss, I got an addition. Go ahead, Tommy.
so let me understand what happened up here with Mr. Smith
Mhm.
and the board. Am I to assume now that for these projects, we are on our own?
No, you're not. Mr. Smith has a contract with us to on the project like you're referring to.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's active. All right, Ms. Brooks, you had a Woodland, you added to the agenda.
Oh, yes, Woodland, I wanna know, have anybody had a chance to go out there and look at the facility?
I have
It
not.
calls me the
What
city
is
of
that?
Cleveland. You know, the area we were looking to possibly put the animal, shelter
I'll do
there?
that tomorrow. I'll go out there tomorrow and take a look at it. I've had a couple calls and a couple, people sent me pictures and stuff. Just thinking if that's a possibility, moving forward to an area to have, for the county to have a shelter.
Okay.
I have not, so I'll try to make a point to go there tomorrow.
How big
and
is
look.
the property?
Mr. President, it's some acres, I forgot how many acres it is.
Who owns it?
Some gentleman, I'm not sure, I've met him before, I don't know the person. Well, I know him, but I don't wanna say it, I don't know his last name. I
Please
just
don't
know
say
his
it, you're
first
right.
name.
Good enough.
But, the concern is I did have, two animal shelter women to come out there, Mrs.
Okay.
Albert and Mrs. Ann Catizzi, and they think it would be ideal, and that's why I brought it up to the board
Okay.
2 weeks ago,
All right.
to go review the location. I'm back again
Okay.
to make that request, because the city of Cleveland is really ready for the county to move forward, get their project up and going, so they can, stop picking up our
Our dog,
animals for us
Okay.
in the county. So I'm just doing, I probably bring it up every board meeting
Right.
until we looked at it, so we can come up with some decisions on what to do. And I know you told me about the
Yeah.
different locations.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna look at that location today as well, because we do need to put some type of plan of action on, animal shelter for the future of Washington County, because I don't wanna be in a situation where the city of Cleveland says, okay, you're not doing anything, and we just kinda out there by ourselves.
Okay.
I do that.
Please.
And I agree with that, and I'll try to take a look at it tomorrow. I would also request the sheriff or the deputy chief, maybe the next meeting, have some numbers it would cost us to add a patrolman or a guy to
One
run the
position.
truck. Yeah, what a
Deputy.
truck would cost us, what it would cost us on that, far as manpower, truck, that way we can go ahead and start moving forward on that too. I know you probably don't have any ideas right off the top of your head, but just kind of, maybe at the next meeting, have price-wise, I know you don't have it in your budget to do, just let us know what it would take to do that also. Okay?
So if you all would also, along with that, Lee, put a full scope of the project together?
Yeah.
That's the cost to acquire the property, the cost to build the facility, the cost for training, and an annual cost of operating. That means the staffing piece, not only someone out in the county picking
Right.
up animals, but somebody maintaining the shelter.
That's right.
And there's training that goes along with that. So if y'all give us an idea of what you're talking about going forward to actually completely operate a facility, building it and operating it going forward, the board needs to know those numbers as well. All right. Ms. Carter.
Morning.
County spent 51.2% of our budget through April 1, compared to 58.33. Total receipts deposited March 18th through the 31st, total $13,157,597.91.
Need a motion?
I am requesting board approval of our claims docket totaling $591,375.25.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
And a second. And a second.
Second.
Probably moved and seconded. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
The coroner is requesting travel for Deputy Coroner Stephon Dorsey to attend the MDIAI Educational Conference on April 7th through the 10th in Raymond, Mississippi, with estimated cost of $900.
I need a motion?
So moved.
And a second. And a second.
Second.
I got it. Thank you, Ms. Brooks. All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Judge Bigger Richard is requesting travel for Lynette Remick and Carmen Carnice Woods to attend the MJC Spring Conference on April 23rd through the 26th in Philadelphia, Mississippi, with estimated cost of $440.
So moved.
Got a motion? I need a second.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Brooks. We got a motion and a second. No questions. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Andrew Smith is requesting payment in the amount of $3,333.33 for general services performed for the American Rescue Plan Act funds.
Got a motion?
Second.
And a second. Questions? Comments? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Nay.
Motion carries. Got one nay.
Andrew Smith is requesting payment in the amount of $2,500 for monthly grant writing services for the month of April 2024.
Got a motion?
Second.
And a second. Questions? Comments? Motion. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Nay.
I got two nays. Motion carries.
April.
What's the problem?
Paying in advance.
So you can't pay in advance, it's gotta be for March.
No, it's for April. Y'all been paying in advance since it started.
It's for services rendered in March, but it's payable is of April claim. And it's, the check will be dated April.
And I think, I didn't recall us paying him at the time he was employed, so, it has to be for March, for services rendered in March.
What's the issue, Ms. Carter? What's the concern?
I have no concerns, whatever the board approves.
Yes, it has to be for March, for service rendered in March, otherwise we pay payment in advance, and I don't think we ever paid him. I don't think we paid him at the outset, I could be wrong.
He just said.
Go back and
for
verify,
service-
Ms. Carter.
It was service in March, am I correct?
It should
And our
say,
administrator said it was in advance.
So you want me to cross this out and just put
No, don't change the record. Go back and verify.
page 15?
Go
Yeah,
back.
you
and
got,
verify. Yeah, go back and verify.
you got the invoices in 16.
Yeah, but go back and verify when the payments actually started. Have we been paying in advance? We that need verification, Mr.
the
Ricker.
original contract was dated, I believe,
It was for 6 months, so,
it was dated in,
June.
it was dated in May, and I didn't get paid until June.
Go back and verify, Ms. Carter. All right, upon verification, we need approval to pay. Okay, is that part of, can I get that as a motion? Want to pay it upon verification, that it's not an advance payment. I simply need a motion to that effect. Somebody,
Got a motion and a second.
huh?
That was to pay.
Asked to pay. All right, I got a motion second already that stands. That is to pay. But still go back and verify. All in favor of the motion to pay?
You already carried, it was 3-2.
I did.
Yeah, it was 3-2.
3-2. Wow. Still go back and verify. That the board needs to know. That gives them a chance to reconsider. But it's not, it won't be anything to straighten out. We just have to work it out.
Okay, Upchurch is requesting partial payment of $39,835 for payment number 1 for the Convention Center HVAC repairs.
So moved.
I got a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Engineers requesting final payment for Joe McGee Construction in the amount of $25,667.12 for the Washington County Bridge Street Bridge replacement.
That's
So
what-
moved, but it's called the, Tucker Patterson Bridge.
All right, everybody hear the motion?
That's the last payment on that.
According to the engineer.
Okay.
All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Ms. Holmes, that's unanimous.
Okay, William Mills is requesting payment to Timbo's Construction in the amount of $68,020 for payment number 5 for work performed for the Chambers Middle School project.
Come on,
Is the work complete,
come on.
Mr.
So moved.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Show Supervisor Brooks waive mercy. Oh, I'm sorry, one abstention. But
Okay, Mr. Mills is also requesting payment to Timbo's Construction in the amount of $104,177 for payment number 6 for the Chambers Middle School project.
So moved.
I got a motion and a second. Lee, you got a question?
No.
All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Any abstentions? Any nays? Show Supervisor Brooks waive mercy.
I'm not going
William
right
Mills
here.
is requesting
You
the
didn't
board
vote.
president's signature on the change order for the Chambers Middle School project, which decreases the price by $20,000 from $631,000 to $611,000 to Timbo's Construction.
That's a decrease, that's good.
That's
That's
good.
good.
So moved.
I got a motion, Supervisor Benson. I need a
Second.
second. And a second, Supervisor Gordon. If there are no questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
One abstention.
One abstention. Motion carries.
William Mills is requesting the final payment to Timbo's Construction in the amount of $31,975 for payment number 7 for the completion of the Chambers Middle School project.
Have we had a battle walkthrough yet?
I got a
Second.
motion, Supervisor Benson, second Supervisor Gordon. Ms. Brooks, question?
I just asked, do we have a battle walkthrough? That's all.
You
I
good,
asked.
Bishop?
No, but I'm good. We didn't have an official where everybody came and walked through, but I went through.
All right.
I mean, since they did the
Yeah,
additional
I
repairs.
know what I'm talking about.
Thanks, Supervisor Benson. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
One abstention.
One abstention. Motion carries.
You don't trust me?
No, it's not, it ain't got a better shoe, it's just that
Busy.
I just know what I saw, and it wasn't good.
What you saw,
Bishop,
And when I went, it was a battle walkthrough.
Ms. Carter.
William Mills is requesting payment in the amount of $18,975 for the construction administration fee for the Chambers Middle School project.
Need a motion?
so moved.
Second.
And second Supervisor Gordon. Any questions? Second Supervisor Gordon. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
One abstention.
I got one abstention. Motion carries.
William Mills is requesting payment in the amount of $187.34 for the print billing invoice for the new restrooms at the multiplex and $273.70 for the print billing invoice for the kitchen renovation at the multiplex.
Jerry. What's your pleasure? Jerry. All right.
Second.
Well, you wanna put it in abeyance? Hmm? You wanna put it in? Oh, okay. All right, now I got a motion to approve. I need a second.
Second.
I got a second. If there are no questions, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, that's unanimous. All right,
Requesting approval to allocate third quarter funds of the tax assessor, tax collector, sheriff's department, and Washington County Reading and Correctional Facility for the 2023-2024 fiscal year.
motion.
So moved.
Got a motion? I need a second. I need a,
Second.
thank you, Ms. Brooks. All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, that's unanimous. Ms. Holmes?
Yeah. I saw some counties had some problems.
Okay. The sheriff's department, the sheriff's department is requesting for the board to accept their unclear checks report for the period of June 2010 through December 2023 for non-service process fees in the amount of $2,064.75, and that includes accepting a check to the board.
So moved.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. All right. All right,
It's
The
a,
sheriff,
it's a check. The judge, check.
the sheriff's department was able to draw down money from the JAG 2023 grant that was approved by the board. The amount drawn is what is due to the city of Greenville's police department.
So moved.
Got a motion? And a second. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, that's unanimous.
The Sheriff's Department is requesting to purchase firearms that were outlined in the JAG 2023 grant. Two quotes were provided for Southern Connection Police Supplies for $6,594 and Mississippi Police Supply for $7,202.85. They're requesting to go with the lowest.
Can I get a motion?
So moved.
And a second. Probably moved and seconded. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, that's unanimous as well.
I'm gonna go back to the, cause I understand, no, but the first one about acceptance of untreated checks, I would abstain to that, cause I don't understand.
All right, you understand what she's asking, Ms. Holmes?
I would
Want an
take my
abstention from, that's at the top, right, Ms. Brooks?
Yeah, I just understand.
She wanted us an abstention on that vote. Ms. Brooks.
Okay, requesting to distribute fiscal year 2023 motor vehicle rental and railroad car tax to municipalities and other entities. Documentation is provided.
Need a motion?
So moved.
I have a second. Probably moved in second. Any questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, that's unanimous as well.
Also need approval for Guarantee Bank at a rate of 4.7% as the lowest bidder for the financing for our garbage truck and the 6-year vehicle. The other bid came in at 5.77. 4.7.
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second to
And a
accept.
second. Supervisor Gordon, Supervisor Redmond, thank y'all. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Approval of live machinery as the lowest bidder of $170,500 for the new dozer for the road department.
How much was it?
$170,500.
Yeah, 170, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. If there are any questions? Not? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries, that's unanimous.
Now, I got with the road department this morning and over the weekend, and Mark Johnson wants the board to accept the highest bid of truck work at $232,000 instead of Tri-State at $225,455, with a difference of $6,545.
Tell me, Lee.
Due to truck work offering a guaranteed buyback deal, and the trucks are on hand. Tri-State told them last week that they won't be able to have trucks until late 2025, early 2026.
So moved.
Is that,
It is specific.
Griff?
Yes.
is that legit?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, with that being the only vehicle available. Yeah.
And the buyback, they're offering a buyback with the other.
There has to be specific finding in your minutes that while the lowest bidder indicated that the
It's not
vehicles
the
would not
best.
be available,
Okay.
would not be available until 2025, and there's a need for vehicles today.
Gotcha.
Tommy, you good?
I made a motion.
I got him, okay. Got a motion and a second.
But we need to incorporate all that in the minutes.
Yeah.
To justify the,
Okay, all in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
We also needed approval of the 2024 Massett insurance renewal that goes into effect for today.
The what now? What insurance?
Insurance, Tommy. Yeah,
Oh, so moved.
Tommy. I got a motion.
Yeah.
I need a second. Tommy. You got a comment on the insurance stuff? No. Okay, need a second. Yeah. Yeah, that's the county's insurance. I know it hurts, but I need a second. Otherwise, we won't have insurance after the day on the county's assets. Is there a problem with the second? Is there something I don't know about? Second? I second it.
Okay.
All right, if there's any questions that we need to be aware of, any concerns, all in favor of renewing the insurance on county assets?
Through MA, this is through?
Massett.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you gotta have insurance, you can't operate without it.
Well, I mean, you know, we originally done that because it was so much less than everything else when we changed
When
insurance.
came to the meeting,
Yeah.
last meeting, y'all only approved to include, for him to do an application for the sports place. Y'all did not approve the entire.
Everything
county
else.
insurance.
Okay, okay.
So
All
we
right.
need to do that today. You got a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries, that's unanimous.
The South Delta Planning and Development District will host a meeting, their spring regional meeting, on Thursday, April 4 at 10:30 a.m. at their office located at 1427 South Main Street.
Everybody understand that one? That's the super MAS. This Thursday, right, Ms. Carter?
Yes.
And we have somebody on a committee. Who is it? Legislative? Yeah, somebody on this board is on a committee,
It's not
or
me.
have been. Ain't it you, is it?
Yeah.
It's Ms. Brooks. But you need to be there. Are you up for re-election, Ms. Brooks?
I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, I really don't know.
Be there. Don't let Washington County lose this representation, okay? Not only that position, there is another position that is the nominating committee, you know,
Thursday, what time?
10 a.m. 10 a.m. Thursday morning. That's right, Ms. Carter?
Yes.
South. 10:30. 10:30. It won't be long. You'll have lunch and everything, but you need to be there to vote. All right. Anything else, Ms. Carter? Thursday morning,
Wait, I have one more.
10 a.m., 10:30 a.m.
Where?
South Delta, where they always have it. You always get a good lunch.
The last thing I have is from Judge Terry McCree, and that's to appoint
It's fake clip.
part-time law student research assistant Leah Adams at $16.25 per hour. Washington County paying their portion of 43%. Sunflower pays 28.5. LaFleur County pays 28.5% as well.
So moved.
Thank you. Second. Take your time. Any questions? All in favor, show a sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
That's it.
Did we do the claims pay doc? We did 500 what thousand?
91.
Okay. Ms. Holmes? All right. Bonds?
Your well, Jacqueline. Okay, let me back up. Joe Wells, Assistant Building and Grounds Director.
Yeah, we need to have him bonded. He's at the park and always in a position to collect money, so we need that one.
And Jacqueline Denise Miles, who is Deputy Tax Collector.
All right.
So moved.
Got a motion?
Second.
And a second. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And I have an invoice from Butler Snow
Okay.
in the amount of $3,000 for the completion of the county continuing disclosure.
All right.
So
Everybody
moved.
else? I got a motion? I need a second.
Oh, what now?
The continuing disclosure is required.
Every year.
That's the bond attorney.
What you doing?
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I didn't know what it was. I was trying to get understanding. He explained Mr. Bond.
Yeah, I got a motion and a second. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
I need approval for accepting reports.
We're gonna copy all reports into the minutes. I'm gonna get the sheriff department, then we're gonna do a motion to copy all reports and record them into the minutes. As soon as I get sheriff department. You good?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Washington County Reading Correction Facility, meal log for March 9th, 2024 to March 22nd, 2024. The meal log is in the amount of $14,832.
So moved to
I got a
approve.
motion to approve. I got a motion and a second. All in favor, show by sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries.
Had some training. Think we might have already done that. Did we do the training? For dispatch, did we do that last time? Cozy.
Yeah, we did.
Okay, all right, good deal. Okay, so I guess you all, I heard y'all talking about the building up there, North Broad Street. North Harvey. So we got that straight situated?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're still working.
The bit, Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We should have had it done 6 months ago, to be honest with you. But, what we're waiting on is these engineers or whoever we got to, come in and do the work. They did do the top. We do have some pictures of rain coming in. They said the rain is coming in now through the windows, and we knew that we had to get all of that renovated. So as soon as we can get it renovated, then we can move forward. We would like to start putting in some floor jacks and that kind of things in there so we can start to get the work done.
Okay. Anything else for Chief? Chief, we need to get together today or tomorrow and we get that list of vehicles, assets.
I already have that. I had it in my hand, but I do have to add some more.
Good enough.
Some of the salvage vehicles. So once we get them on there, then it'll be complete.
Okay. We have a complete list of every vehicle in the county, and we'll have a conversation about which ones are assigned to you and which ones, we need to have a conversation about. But Jeremy should have emailed something in to the county administrator, and we did have a conversation with the road. Okay.
Okay, so
And we
we
can
do.
work that.
So as far as the purchase of the cars, where we at with that? I mean, I heard you say it. So we can go ahead and make contact with them and try to get it. Okay.
All right. Anything else, Chief?
Yeah, if we need any additional vehicles, I guess we'll come back to the board and address you all.
All right.
Chad?
I was just gonna let you handle that, Chief. I think that on the other bonds, I think was taken out of the budget. Said they didn't have enough money in the budget in here, so they cut 5 vehicles, just $250,000 out of it. We still need those vehicles. So we're asking out for add some money to the budget or whatever. Because we need these vehicles. We don't want to be having to go to Glen Allen or somewhere down the road. But when a bad vehicle break down, we can't get that help.
All right.
So we're asking for the rest of the money for those vehicles.
All right. We'll take a look at the vehicles that you currently have and whatever else, what the needs are for replacements.
Yeah,
You available tomorrow, Chief?
Sir?
You're available tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Good enough.
Lord's will.
Lee, you want to say something?
No, I'm good.
Everybody good? All right, I'm okay.
Back on the vehicles, did we get requests from, all the departments on all the vehicles we have?
Well, that's what we're doing now, we're getting that in. Not only,
He made a,
right,
we made a request, everybody have that.
they're responding to it. Yeah, they're responding to it. We just it's more than them just turning in a list. We have entirely too many vehicles in our fleet. When you replace or you buy new vehicles, a vehicle or asset has to come off the inventory unless you hire a new position or something like that. But, so that's the conversation that we have to have.
You think we have that number by the next board meeting?
You'll have next number by the next board meeting, but then what the board will need to decide, it's not only vehicles now, we're gonna look at all assets, not just wrecked vehicles, but we have file cabinets, desks, just other materials in storage. Jerry and his guys get an inventory on that. And not just the wrecked vehicles out there, we got some assets, old equipment we no longer use. The grabber that runs down the road sideways, and just other old assets that's out on the yard. We're trying to clear up some of that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me just say this too, that the forklift that we talked to you all about, the forklift made it last week. We do have it on the yard, and it's going to be some of the curriculum for some of the inmates that they're going to be certified forklift drivers, so when they get out there, they have a certification.
All right, is that there on the property?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
for the
Yeah.
training.
Yeah. All right, Chief, we're also working on getting another trailer to get those tires out of there. Let me find out where we are.
Well, I sure appreciate it. Train, put it on the train.
On the what? We haven't forgotten it. Mr. Perry's gone, but we'll get back to Mr. Johnson to make sure we take care of that and get that property cleaned up. It's unsightly. Mr. Griffin, we also have some metal and that kind of stuff out there. There was a boat abandoned on the city front. And, of course, there was not a bow number on anything like that, and it's been sitting there. We've tried to make contact with anyone who may own it, but we've had it over 30 days. We need to have a conversation about what it's going to take to properly dispose of it and claim that as surplus as well.
You say it's on the city front?
Yes, it was on the city front, and it was a marine hazard. Because when the water goes, and it goes underwater, and boaters would run over it.
It wasn't on the city front, it was in the lake itself,
It was in the-
sunk, it was just showing, it was,
Bay Fergus.
yeah.
And it was a hazard, you know,
Yeah.
to marine
Yeah.
traffic, so we had to move it.
Okay.
And, you know, when it was out of the water, it wasn't our responsibility. But once it went into the water came up to it, it's on the county, so we got it out.
Yeah, we may have to publish notice of abandoned property.
Okay,
Okay.
we need to do that. Because this has to go, when we clean everything up, that's on that same property.
Yes, sir. Is this going towards an option that you?
Yeah.
That's gonna go over the scale.
Yes. Yeah, because the Drainage Commission also want to join in with this option.
Well, the board, we're gonna approach the board with that once we figure out how we're going to do it.
Okay.
Because if the board decides to bring in an auctioneer or auction company, the
Yes.
Drainage Commission will have to partner with that expense
Right.
and agree to that.
They're gonna agree to it.
Yeah.
All right, the board just might wanna,
They don't want to do, they don't want to.
That's fine.
Ride your back for free.
Yeah.
all right, Griff, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yes.
But all right, hey, chief,
If you take the curb scale, that be shared for the budget?
no, no, as general fund, absolutely not. I'm sorry, Ms. Gar, Ms. Brooks, God,
Also,
dog.
of course,
We got
April
time,
is a
Mike.
month for autism. It's Autism Acceptance Month, and the concern is, 10 years ago, we knew of autism, but, it's a norm now where we're seeing autism, when we're seeing schools are now addressing the concerns of young children that have autism. So, just want to bring awareness to that. Also, this is also, Earth Day month. Earth Day is coming up as well, and so I think that'll be a way we can pay homage to our community, do some type of cleanup in our community, just show the love for our community, and also try to reduce on try to improve recycling. Of cardboard in Leland. Leland has a recycling center, and I'm encouraged all Lelanders, and I know there's one in Greenville, where we can continue to take our cardboards to other areas, to our recycling center, to help reduce our carbon dioxide footprint here in Washington County and across the world. Thank you.
Permission to travel. Permission to travel.
Oh, also, we have the Keep Mississippi Beautiful Awards luncheon. I'm making a request to make a request for any board member wants to attend.
Just you.
That's a motion.
I got a motion, need a second. I got a second. It's gonna be fuel. What time it start?
It's Keep Mississippi Beautiful Awards luncheon.
Luncheon.
Will be Thursday, April 11th, 11:30, at the Country Club, and it starts at noon, 11:30. Yeah.
All right, she don't need a room. All right, she needs permission to travel. I need a second. I got a motion and a second for travel on that day. All in favor, show by sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, did we get everyone?
Did you get Jerry?
Did we miss anyone? Lee?
No, I'm good.
Tommy? Ms. Brooks, you good? You good now? Well, I'm going around now. We close out.
I thought that's what I was doing.
I figured you did. Jerry, you good? Okay. On our next meeting, we're gonna keep the agenda very short. Don't add anybody to the agenda. We need to be out of here at 9:30. We need to be out of here at 9:30.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
We have a ribbon cutting next on that day, on the 15th of April at 10 o'clock. The second phase of the
Recess and come
bypass.
back. You can recess and come back. now.
Oh, no. That's not gonna happen. That's not going to happen. We out of here at 9:30. Don't add anyone to the agenda. We'll take care of, we'll pay the bills, we'll hear the reports, and if any emergency pops up, we'll take that.
Gotcha.
Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, did y'all want to talk about, we'll do that some other time, that road manager thing. We're about to go ahead and recess until the 15th. Is that okay with the board?
Well, Mr. Smith, when did you want to meet with the board? Did y'all agree on?
Not yet. Somebody threw out a date.
Yeah, I know everybody said the next week is a bad week. I'm looking at the 29th of April.
That's a Monday.
Huh?
Okay, all right, what about, all right, 22nd, the 22nd then, is that bad?
That's a Monday morning, 10 a.m. Can everybody make it on Monday morning, 10 a.m., 22nd? He's working.
We're back to talking about a training session, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's board meeting.
From
Board
my
meeting
underst-
is- I'd rather go that Monday if everybody else is okay.
We're not gonna, I thought we had left it that you were gonna see how you could get everybody arranged, the people you need there, and let us know what day. Because we're never all gonna be able to, I mean, either
All right.
get a date and set
Shoot
it,
for the-
and then
shoot
who
for the
can show up,
22nd.
show up.
Can,
Yeah.
Mr. Smith.
Because we give them municipalities, we could just let them know
Yeah.
in advance,
Yeah.
and if they can come, good.
Yeah.
If not, they can send a
Where
representative
should we have the meeting at?
here.
Oh, no, it's not. If you get the municipalities in, is this big enough?
Well, I'm
Do it
almost
at the
sure the
executive.
municipalities not gonna have all their board members. I think it's probably one or two people from, you know,
Oh,
I know
no.
Leland may have one, possibly two.
Oh, you mean the Board of Aldermen?
Yeah, then we talking about the board, the elected officials that we
Okay.
doing these projects with. Like
Okay.
Metcalf may see in person,
All right.
so that's why I
All right.
said it'd be good.
We're gonna be here on,
22nd.
if at all possible, Mr. Smith, 22nd, 10 a.m., if at all possible. Let us know.
Is that better,
All right, board, we're gonna recess
Chief,
until the 15th,
Mayor?
and we'll have a very short meeting on that day. All in favor of the, can I get a motion to recess?
So moved.
And a second? And a second? Thank you, Lee. All in favor, show a sign of aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're now in recess until 9 a.m. until the 15th.